Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to the new season of Beat Matt Batrep.
MiniWarGaming's Beat Matt Batrep.
We're going to start this new season off with a bang. We got Jameson here all the way from
Illinois.
Awesome. And he's here with his dad, who's over there in the corner. And we're going to be playing a game of Warhammer 40k 8th edition. And we're going to be doing something different that I know immediately some people are going to groan. We're going to be doing power level, but it's because we want to try out the new open play cards that I'm finally cracking open. And so that doesn't require power level, but the rules are written for power levels. And so we decided to do 100 power level of Ultramarines versus Tyranids. And we're going to have a nice fluffy game of a world that has been consumed, or that is being consumed by the Tyranids, and the Ultramarines have shown up to liberate the world. And so that's Jameson's job here. And how old are you, Jameson?
11.
You're 11. How long have you been playing Warhammer for?
A year.
A year? Okay.
A little less, actually.
A little less than a year. Okay. And how many games of 8th edition have you played?
I haven't been counting.
Oh, you haven't been counting? Okay, so a bunch of games of 8th edition?
I don't know.
It's your first game with the new Space Marine Codex, though.
Yep.
So that should be interesting. And, of course, we're going to have fun here. This is going to be a very fun game, so just keep that in mind. The lists have been built with fun in mind. There's just very little competition here. And we're just going to try out the open war cards and just have some cool terrain and have fun with that. So let's take a look at the armies and the scenario. We'll start off by taking a look at Jameson's Ultramarines army. Now, did you paint this yourself?
With some help, yeah.
With some help, yeah? Awesome. And this is 97 power, so you're actually going to get a little bit of an advantage because you have less power than I do, or power rating than I do. So what did you decide to bring, Jameson?
A battalion detachment with, starting off as my warlord, will be a Terminator captain and with the burning blade.
So that's the relic that you get for free?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Strength +2, -5 armor, and I think that's 3 damage.
Awesome. So the Ultramarines are just I don't think that's even an Ultramarines relic. I think it's just a Space Marine relic.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Also, I have a Captain Gravis armor, and I'm going to... Hey, how much is the thing? I think there's a stratagem that allows you to get a second one.
It's 1 command point to get a second.
Yep.
Or you can spend 3 command points to take 2 extra relics.
I'll spend a command point out of my 6 to give this guy the armor Indoncimus.
Awesome. So that's a 2+ armor.
Yep.
Awesome.
And he'll still be toughness 5.
Oh, it gives him +1 toughness too. Nice.
No, but...
Oh no, the Gravis armor guy has the...
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah, I also have... For troop choices, I have 2 5-man intercessor squad.
So those are the primary Space Marines.
Yep. And then I have a 10-man tactical squad.
Now I only count 9 there, so I guess we have to grab one more model out of your box. So it's supposed to be 10-man. What did you equip them with for weapons?
Melta-gun, rocket launcher, and the sergeant has a chainsword and a plasma pistol.
Nice. Okay.
Onto elites, I have a 5-man Terminator squad with what you see is what you get.
So chain fist, power fist, assault cannon,
Yeah.
power sword, fun stuff.
Yep. And primary sanctions.
So he's got the 6-inch bubble that whenever a guy dies on a 4+, they get to do something before they die?
4+ or 5+.
I think it's a 4+. They get to either shoot or make a close combat attack.
Yeah, depending on which scenario they're in.
Exactly.
Then I have 2 dreadnoughts. One's venerable with a las cannon and heavy flamer. One's just an ordinary one with melta-guns on power fist, and it's not a power fist, it's a dreadnought close combat weapon.
Yes.
And a storm bolter.
Very nice.
Onto fast attack, I have an
An Inceptor squad?
An Inceptor.
I know, it's like intercessors, inceptors,
Yeah.
interceptors. I know, it's kind of confusing sometimes.
With their assault bolters, and I have a land speeder with heavy bolter assault cannon.
Nice.
And then for heavy support, I have a Hellblaster squad just with their base weapons. And then I have a Devastator squad with a plasma cannon, heavy bolter, rocket launcher, and the sergeant has a Combi Melta, and a Power Fist.
Nice. So this is 97 power. And have you thought about what warlord trait you're going to take?
He'll be taking the Ultramarine one.
Where you get command points back on a 5+?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait a minute. I should roll that right now for the...
Yeah, it's not clear
one.
if you're supposed to do it for the before the game ones, but we'll say yes. I don't have a problem with that. 5+? Hey, oh, you didn't get a free relic. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
And over here we have 100 power level, 100 power rating of Tyranids. I wanted to go as fluffy as I can for what would it look like at the end of the cycle of consuming a planet. The problem is I wanted to bring Malanthropes, and ironically doing power level made it so I couldn't. Because the problem is I think there is a typo in the Xenos Codex, because Malanthropes have 10 power each, and the Demacaron is 10 power as well, but when you look at the back, the Demacaron costs 200 points, but Malanthropes only cost 90 points. So it seems to me that they should be more like 5 power, because they're good, but they're not 10 power good. So even in a fluffy game, I can't bring myself to bring 30 power of 3 Malanthropes, which is what I really wanted to bring, because that would take up a third of my army, and it wouldn't even be fun, because there'd be hardly anything on the table. And so over here, that's why we have lots of Ripper Swarms, because there would be lots of Ripper Swarms on the planet, and because we're fighting in kind of the hive area where there's the reclamation pools and stuff. I've got my Hive Guard, 2 units of them with different weapons, the Impaler Cannon and the Shot Cannons. And I got some Biovores too with their Spore Mine launchers.
Hey, do the Ripper Swarms have spine maws?
No, because they're not modeled with it, so I did not give it to them. Although there are some that are modeled with it, but I'm just going to say no, that they don't have the shooting weapons. But they are able to burrow and basically deep strike 9 inches away. We've got a Haro Specs to kind of haunt the place. And then for my HQ choices, I've got these 2 right here. So this is a battalion detachment, and with a fortification detachment as well. So we got a Turvagon, and because this is open play, he actually gets to spawn for free, which is kind of fun. And then we've got our Tyranid Prime as well. And for another troop choice, we've got a group of 6 warriors, because you don't bring a prime without warriors, because he gets to buff them. And then 2 groups of Zoanthropes to give us some extra synapse. And for our fortification, we've got a Sporocyst, and he's got 5 venom cannons, because it was just the one that I grabbed out of the box. And he gets to shoot more spore mines and sit there and be a spore node, or a hive node as well, to extend synapse range. So that's 100 power level of Tyranids. And we are going to be playing on this awesome looking table. Everything focused on the looks of the game for this one, because that's what you do when you do open play. And we've got a couple new pieces of terrain. We've got these reclamation pools. We've got a small one right here and a beautiful large one right here. Now these were made by Greenleaf Terrain, but they are made with some parts from MicroArts. These pieces right there and that one in the middle is, as you can see, all these other pieces right here are MicroArt Studios. They're expanding foam terrain, and I love these. They're really good. I've actually got a bunch more to get painted. Yeah, they're very Tyranidy. They're hive terrain, I think is what they call it. So you can check it out at MicroArt Studios website. But then Adam from Greenleaf, he basically used putty to make these little reclamation pools, put some foliage in there, painted them up this roughly the same color scheme, and went for green, which I really like because it really accents it. And it also goes with the board really well. So we got a very overgrown jungle board that is about to be consumed by the Tyranids, but the Ultramarines have shown up, and they are going to try to take it back, starting with whatever this mission is going to be. If you're not familiar with the open play cards, these are really cool. They're just a fun way to play. If you're trying to go, I want to make something very clear here. If you're thinking competitive right now, you're watching the wrong battle report. You don't do open play and try to play competitive. You don't do these cards and try to do competitive. You just do them for the wackiness and the fun that they will create. And they're not going to create these really weird scenarios. Essentially the way it works is there's 5 decks that you shuffle. One is deployment, one is objective, one is twist, one is sudden death, and one is ruse. Now, no matter what the game is, you're going to draw 1 deployment, 1 objective, and 1 twist, and that'll tell you the deployment type, that'll tell you the objective to win, and the twist is kind of like some sort of modifier to the battlefield. If one player has a power rating that's higher than the other, then the one with the lower power rating gets a ruse after deployment is done. If they have double the power level, then they actually get a sudden death. And since we don't have that, I'll show you an example of one of these. Like sudden death, play this card if you destroy the enemy character, vehicle, or monster that has the highest wounds characteristic of any enemy model that is currently in the battlefield. You immediately win. So you can kind of see how those are supposed to work.
Kind of like that card's Kind of like an assassination.
Exactly, and that's the idea. Is like if you want to play a game where somebody brings twice as many models or power level as the other, you can still have fun because the person with half the power is like, you know what? All I have to do is kill this one thing and I win, or I just have to get to this one place and I win, and it becomes this really neat scenario. But the ruse will be a more minor enhancement to the Ultramarines army. It won't be quite as crazy as a sudden death. So we've already shuffled these up. So we're going to see what our deployment is. It is going to be, whoa, look at that. This is why they say to stay 3 inches away from your enemy, because they touch in the middle right there. So that's player A and player B, as you can see.
That is absolute.
So very little no man's land. What is our objective going to be? The prize. Place an objective marker at the center of the battlefield. A model can pick it up, so it's like relic, by ending a move on top of it. The marker moves with that model from then on. The model can drop the marker at any time and must drop it if slain. If it is dropped by a player's model, their opponent places the marker within 1 inch of the model that dropped it. The player whose model is carrying the marker at the end of the 5th battle round wins the battle. And it's as simple as that. It has no restrictions as to what kind of model. So it could be a flyer. Just grab it and try to zip away with it. Now, neither of us have anything that's that cheesy, so that should be fun. But we do have a twist. What is the twist? Dead of Night. The maximum range of all shooting and psychic powers is 12 inches. Oh no! Missile launchers only have 12-inch range. That also means my Hive Guard, my Sporocyst, I have a lot of longer range stuff too. So both of us cannot shoot more than 12 inches. And then here's the best part.
That's not uncomfortable.
Now it does get longer though. The player who takes the first turn must roll a dice at the start of each battle round after the first. On the roll of a 4+, 6 inches is added to the maximum range of all shooting attacks and psychic power. The second time a roll of 4+ is made, 12 inches is added. The third time, 18 inches is added, and so on. And I'm assuming that means like you're adding 6 each time. Not that you do +6, then +12, then +18. Because you could read that either way. So it'll just have it like extended by 6 inches each turn. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be...
It's a night attack.
So it becomes 18, then 24, then 30. Because you could read that as +6, then +12, +18, but I think they intend that it's +6 each time.
Yep. It starts in the middle of the night and gets
brighter and brighter. Okay, so that's the twist. Deployment there. We have relic, and it's a dead of night. So let us get deployed.
Yeah.
So in the open play, we both roll a die, and whoever rolls higher. Okay, re-roll. 6, 3. So the person who rolls higher gets to choose their deployment zone, and then the person who rolls lower places the first one. Now this one, obviously the deployment zone is not going to be quite as important because there's one singular objective, which is right there. But whoever gets to set up first actually has a big advantage because they could actually set... That thing is straddling the middle, and that's in both of our deployments, so one person can actually place it right on it. In the open play one, it does say during deployment you cannot place a model within 3 inches of your enemy. And so, yeah, if you really want to get aggressive, then you get to do that. So just for ease, I'm going to choose this side, because that's where my models are. So it's just easier. And now we alternate just like a regular game. The first person to finish deploying all their models gets to choose who goes first, and if they choose themselves, there is still seize the initiative. Oh, wow, you're getting really aggressive with your Hellblasters. Look at that. They're like, this relic is ours. It is ours. And since we only have 12-inch range, we're getting up there. I am going to set up the Sporocyst on the Hive ship. So at the beginning, before the first player's first turn, he'll set up on the table more than 9 inches away from enemies. What you doing next?
Terminators and Deep Strike.
They're going to teleport in. I'll put these Ripper Swarms in burrowing. I don't think I'm going to burrow all of them because of the way the deployment works. It'll actually be against me to not just place them up front. But these 3 I will burrow. And the Inceptors?
Deep Strike.
So they're flying down from the skies.
Mm-hmm.
And the Haruspex, I'm going to drop him right here. Those Hellblasters kind of scare me. But at the same time, I want them close.
Captain right here to give the reroll ones to a hit. So, well...
I'm going to put some Zone Thropes right here.
Ganging up on me.
Of course.
We'll bring it.
Venerable Dreadnought. You know, the last cannon is only going to be 12-inch range. Might as well have them out front. I'm going to take a Ripper Swarm and put them 3 1/4 inches away from your Hellblasters. Got a Dreadnought. Where's it going? Oh, the March of the Ancients. You got to take a unit of Hive Guard and stick them over here, guarding the Hive. Landspeeder. Okay, so what I was thinking for a rule for these So before you put that there, I was thinking that anything without fly that passes through it takes a mortal wound. Each model that passes through it takes a mortal wound because it's just devastatingly acidic. Anything with fly, if they start or end on it, will take a mortal wound. And obviously with fly, you can just pass over it and ignore that, but you just can't start or end on it. So that'll go for this one and that one. What do you think of that? Does that sound like fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's like impassable terrain, except for fly. Unless you really want to walk on it and take a mortal wound. I don't suggest it though. So land speeder over there.
Yeah.
And then 3 Hive Guard with their shock cannons, so they're particularly, well, they're better at taking out vehicles.
But
What do you got next? Intercessors?
Yeah, intercept. I can never get these names right.
Intercessors.
Yeah.
Stick a Turbogon right here.
With that Termagon skinning out.
Yeah, and he gets to spawn Termagons, and since it's open play, he'll just, I don't even have to pay the points for them, which is
Yeah,
kind of
I
cool.
see. I see.
Other Intercessors?
Right here to outflank.
Awesome. I'm going to take my other group of Zone Thropes and put them on this side with their Narrow Thrope. You got your Warlord,
Deep Strike.
because he's Terminator armor, so he can do that. Biovores, normally I'd stick them at the back, but since we only have 12-inch range for our shooting attacks and psychic powers, they're going to be a little more aggressive. And Devastator Squad on your end. Normally they'd be placed at the back, but now that the heavy bolters are 12-inch range, and your missile launchers are 12-inch range, and your plasma cannons are 12-inch range, now they want to be closer.
Yeah.
Then I've got my 6 Troop Choice Warriors. I'll get aggressive with them. Put them right.
They have bone swords.
Yeah, Bone Swords and Death Spitters. Are you going to combat squad your tactical squad?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 5-man squads, however you want to organize them. So 1 weapon in each.
Yep.
And then you're going to place the Sergeant and the Melta one.
Along with the 3. You know what? They're going to be over here.
A bit on the flank.
Yep. Don't all.
I've got my Tyranid Prime. He's going to stick near the Tyranid Warriors. Not too close. And your Primaris Ancient. Nice and close to give the bubble.
Yeah.
I'll put another group of Rippers next to the Zone Thropes. And you got your last combat squadded Tactical Marines. Try the other side.
Yep. Is there any special rules for the water?
No, we're just going to leave it as open terrain. Keep things simpler.
Yeah.
Now we do have our house rule for how we deal with any solid terrain. Basically, infantry only get cover if they're on it, and everything else gets cover if they're within an inch of it, and they're 50% obscured, and this thing is between them and the firing unit. So that's the 3 things that you have to do in order to be able to get the cover from it. So it kind of has the barricades rule, but kind of, because barricades works a little differently than that. And just for fun, this other Ripper Swarm group is going to also burrow underground. Now that we're done setting up and you have less power than I do, you get to draw 1 ruse card. I think it'll give you some sort of bonus. Dug in. Play this card after deployment is complete, but before the first battle round. Any of your units that are not in cover count as being in cover as long as they remain stationary. So I guess that would mean as soon as they move, do they lose it for the rest of the game? Or is it whenever they don't move, they count as having cover? You know what? Whenever your guys don't move, they count as being in cover. We'll just make it nice and simple. So if a unit chooses not to move, the entire unit has to not move. As soon as one guy moves, though, they don't get the dug in special rule. Sound good?
And also, let's make an exception for the land speeder.
Oh, no, he can be dug in too. He'll just lower down. He'll be like...
I doubt that makes sense.
Who cares about making sense? It's Warhammer! Now that all that is out of the way, you get to choose who goes first. If you choose yourself, I get to try to seize the initiative. What would you like? Yes, of course. Good choice. I will try to seize. We need to roll a 6 for me to seize. Nope, and I am not going to use a command point to re-roll that. I'd like to save them for the rest of the game.
Sure? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, leave me alone. But before the first player's first turn, the Sporosis arrives. And so he falls down and burrows into the ground like the tick that he is, a little more than 9 inches away from the Hellblasters. And whenever he's in Synapse, he's a Synapse creature as well. So he kind of amplifies the Synapse range when those guys are nearby. So it makes sense that he sits there and supports the army. Ultramarines will have first turn.
My land speeder will move up 16 and come on, seriously? Sending. These guys are going to move there 6 inches.
Get within range of those rippers or the zone thropes, perhaps.
Good.
Only 12-inch range.
Good news.
Now we're assuming the weapons aren't reduced to 12-inch range, but you just can't shoot more than 12 inches away. That's important, because if the weapons are reduced to 12-inch range, it affects things like your rapid-fire range. Or if you had a multi-melta, then all of a sudden it would only do the melta thing at 6 inches rather than 12 inches. Now this is just a melta, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was 12-inch range anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Dreadnought's going to move over to here to hopefully smash some rippers. The Hellblasters are going to pick up that objective.
So they're going to pick up the relic, essentially, the prize, as they call it here, and they're not going to move, so they'll actually be dug in and get their cover save as well.
2-up armor.
So 2-up armor.
This guy doesn't really care about the 2-up armor, so he's just going to move up to assault the rippers.
Well, I don't know. Even a 2-up armor save likes cover, because then if something does negative, then they get the bonus.
Well, this guy's going to move up.
Intercessors moving 6 inches.
Hitting up, trying to stay in coherency.
And the bubble of the captain. And get 12 inches away, so they actually have targets.
These guys are going to move up 6 inches. Not.
Oh, he just went 12. Come on, man. 6 inches. 6 inches, not 12.
Guys are going to move up 6 just to get in actual range.
Now, it is possible. I think we read it on the card, but yeah, we did. So the range could increase, but it starts at a second turn that could possibly happen.
Probably forget it. These guys are going to move up 6 to try to take out those zones thropes.
Before they smite ya?
Yeah, because...
Interesting thing is I gave all 3 of my Psyker groups Catalyst, because in open play, you can actually manifest the same power between Psykers. So they could actually do triple Catalyst if I wanted to. End of your movement phase. Do you want to deep strike your guys in this turn? Is that the plan? You got your captain, you've got your Terminators, and you've got Inceptors. Would they all like to come in, or some like to come in, or none like to come in?
These guys.
The Inceptors will come in. They're going to drop in my one flank, just like that. And all your Terminators are going to stay in Deep Strike Reserve for now. Or reinforcements, or whatever it's called for them. No psychic phase for you, so we go straight to the shooting phase. Where would you like to start? You got a lot of stuff to do.
Missile launcher.
So you want to start with the tactical squad? So is everything going to fire at the zone throats? Because we got to declare all of their guns. The answer is obviously yes, because they won't have range on anything else because of 12 inches.
And
I just checked, and the missile launcher is barely within 12-inch range of the zone throats.
good news is everybody's within rapid fire.
That's right. You're going to be automatically rapid fire as soon as you're in range. So you got a crack missile? Is that what you want to fire?
Yep.
Hit on a 3.
4.
No, 4. You moved.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a hit. So it's strength 8 versus toughness 4, so you're wounded on a 2. You got a wound. I got my 3-up invuln, though. I know it's super broken, but I got it. Oh, I stopped it. You bounced harmlessly off the warp field as a zone thropes. 8 rapid-fire shots from your revolters, hitting on 3s. Nice, 6 hits. And wounded on 4s, strength 4, toughness 4. Oh, 1 wound.
Wonk, wonk.
Oh, didn't even get through. What's
These
next?
guys are going to fire into the warriors.
Oh, you're going to try to light up the warriors. Okay, with the intercessors. 10 shots, because they're in rapid-fire range, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 9 hits. Nice.
That would.
These are strength 4, toughness 4, so 4 is the wound. So we've got 4 wounds, and they are -1 AP. Warriors are normally 4-up saves, so this makes them 5-up. And 1 dies. They are 3 wounds apiece. I will kill the one that I accidentally brought that has scything talents. I want bone swords. Devastator squad, what are they going to do?
Rippers will shoot rippers.
So everybody's going to shoot. Now, before we do this, your sergeant could choose not to shoot and give somebody +1 to their hit rolls. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
And if so, who would you like to give it to?
The heavy bolter, and I'm also going to use that 1-point stratagem.
The Hellfire rounds?
Yep.
So that he does, instead of doing any wounds, he does D3 mortal wounds, which is nice. So you're normally going to be -1 to hit because it's a heavy weapon, but then you get +1 to hit because of your signum, so you're back to hitting on 3s. And you hit, so you just do straight up D3 mortal wounds. We don't even roll to wound or anything. 2 mortal wounds.
It's not a
So it's down to 1. Now your Warlord trait on a 5+, you get your command point back. You do! So it didn't even cost you a command point. Missile launcher, you're going to do frag, so D6 shots. 6 shots! Man, your dice are hot. So 6 shots hitting on 4s.
Yep.
As you did move.
That.
Yeah, the captain is no longer within 6 inches, so you don't get to reroll 1s. And then he's your strength 4, toughness 3, so 3s to wound. Ooh, only 1 wound.
No armor
6 up.
modifier?
Yeah, no armor on modifier, so I got my 6 up. Oh, I failed it.
Because you're in synapse.
Now you got your 2 plasma cannons, so they're D3 shots each. I'm assuming you don't want to supercharge this, right? Because you're -1 to hit right now, so that means you would die on a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. So D3 shots each. Like, it's not that it wouldn't be that great, because 2 damage against these 3 wound monsters would be nice, but... So you got 4 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s. Oh, just 1. And wounding on 2s. Strength 7 versus... Oh, just a 1. Your Inceptors have range on the Hive Guard and the Zone Thropes. What would they like to try to light up?
The zone thropes.
The Zone Thropes.
Because they'll smite.
They will smite. Smite, smite, smite! So 3s to hit, 18 shots. Not bad. We got 13 hits. 3s to wound. Nice. I do have my 3-up invulns, though.
1 die.
Oh, I made so many. I'm sorry. I failed 2.
Come on.
So they have 3 wounds apiece now, so this one's down to 1. So you have your Hellblasters next. They have a few choices. You got the Warriors, the Sporocyst, the Hive Guard, and the Ripper Swarm. What are you going to do?
Not into the Ripper Swarm, because that's kind of wasted.
It is wasted, you're right. So what are you going to do?
1, I'm going to roll a d3. 1 is the Warriors. 2 is the Sporocyst. 3 is the Hive Guard.
All right, I like your tactics. 2, Sporocyst. Now, would you like to overcharge? You do have a captain nearby to let you reroll 1s, so you're less likely to die. You could still die, though.
Yeah.
Gotta do these 2 at a time. You're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. So the first guy is 2 hits. The next one hits on 3s. Reroll the 1 quickly before you die. Ah, he still dies. The next 2 hit on 3s. And we'll take them off after. It's after you resolve all the damage. 3s. You're good. Next 2. He's good. Wow, you got a lot of hits there. And the last one,
drop
yeah, drop dice never count. Whoa, nice. So besides 1 guy dying, you did all hits. Which one do you want to die? Obviously not the one with the relic, or the prize. Let's call it the prize. So these are now strength 8 against toughness 6 on the Sporocyst, 3s to wound. Nice, look at that. I'm not going to get a save. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 wounds, and it has 12. So you killed it. Now it does have death throws, which is pretty much like an explodes on a 6.
Is it on?
Everybody within, yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
We're good,
Okay.
we're good. Everybody within 3 inches takes D3 mortal wounds. And, whew, thank goodness, because that would have sucked.
Did I mention enthusiastic?
You got your captain. What's he going to fire out with his Bolt Storm Gauntlet?
Ripper Swarms.
Rippers? Why not, right?
He's also going to assault them.
4 shots hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s, because he's the captain. And then you're wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
No.
They get 6 up saves, and that kills another swarm. Pull this one.
Why are they?
You got your Dreadnought. What's he firing at?
Venerable Dreadnoughts want to fire into the Hive Guard.
Oh, with everything? Or do you want to split up your shots? Because you got a heavy flamer and you got a twin last cannon.
Everything, because I want to kill those.
You really want them dead. Okay.
With the twin las cannon.
For sure.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Good thing you're rerolling 1s.
The reason,
Oh,
the
just
reason
one.
why not 2s is because he moved.
That's right. Wounding on 3, they're toughness 5. Oh, you rolled a 2. Do you want to use a command point to reroll that? It's up to you.
I get it on the back on the 5 point.
Yeah, you get them back 1/3 of the time. So you're gonna reroll?
Yep.
3 plus. Got it. Now roll a 5 plus to see if your command point comes back. Hey, so you didn't even spend the command point. I will not get an armor save for my 4 plus.
D6.
So now you do D6 damage, and you kill one because they're 3 wounds each.
Ow!
We'll kill this one. Then
Let's,
D6 auto hits from the heavy flamer.
let's check if D6 auto hits.
3. And we're looking at 4s to wound, strength 5, toughness 5. And 3 wounds, enough to kill another one, but I have to fail my armor saves. They're 4 plus normally, the heavy flamer is -1, so if I fail 3 5 plus saves, you kill another one. Oh, I did! You killed another one. Boy.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. You're not sorry. Don't pretend to be sorry.
I'm sorry.
You got your land speeder. What's his target?
Zoanthrope.
Zoanthropes. And first, what's he hitting on?
4s.
Because he did-
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, he's close to the captain. Reroll that one. He only got 1 hit so far. 1 hit. We actually, it's actually heavy 6 now. It's not heavy 4. So you get 2 more shots. So you already rolled 4 of them, so just roll 2 more dice. 4s to hit. Okay, so you still only got 1 hit. Now there's strength 6, so 3s to wound against the Zoanthropes. Nothing. And you got a heavy bolter, 3 shots. Also hitting on 4s because you moved.
Rerolling 1s.
No need. 3s to wound as their strength 5 versus toughness 4. 3 wounds.
Better than
Yeah.
the assault cannon.
Yeah, heavy bolters are way better than assault cannons. Come on. 3 up invulns. Fail 1. Put 1 on the back Zoanthrope. You got these guys over here. What do they want to fire at?
Multi-guns are going to fire into the Zoanthropes.
And then you got 2 bolters in range of the Ripper Swarms and the Zoanthropes.
This guy, isn't, because...
These 2 aren't, yeah. So what are you going to fire at?
Multi-melta into the
Well, hold on. Before you roll it, you got to declare your other ones. What are those 2 bolters going to fire at? The Zoanthropes or Ripper Swarms?
Rippers.
Okay. And he misses, unfortunately. Bolters into the Ripper Swarms, hitting on 3s. So we got 4 hits, and they're going to wound on 3s as well. Strength 4, toughness 3. 1. 6 up, armor, not saved. So one of them's down to 2. Dreadnought, what's his target?
Multi-melta into the warriors.
And Stormbolter?
Into the rippers, yeah.
Okay.
Rippers.
Multi-Melta first. What's he hitting on?
4s, rerolling 1s.
Oh, he missed. And then you got the Stormbolter. Rapid fire 2 for the Stormbolter, so 4 shots at the Ripper Swarms, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s as well. 1 wound. 6 up save, not saved. Bring this one down to 2. And lastly, heavy intercessors. What's their target going to be?
Warriors.
I don't think they're all in range of the warriors. Let's check.
Rippers.
Only 1 is in range of the warriors. He's going to fire them all to the Ripper Swarms?
Yep.
10 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s thanks to the captain nearby. Nice solid hit. And 3s to wound, and these are -1 AP, so I don't get an armor save.
Oops.
Nice. So you did 7 wounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be down to 1. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have this one stay and this one die. There we go. So that is all of your shooting. Would you like to do any charging?
Yes. Captain Gravis armor into the Ripper Swarms.
I do not have any spine mods, so no Overwatch. Charge distance. 5 inches, you're good. Where does he want to go? Just right there, okay.
Venerable Dreadnought.
Into what?
Ripper Swarms.
And 8 inches. And he's in as well, no problem. Anybody else want to charge?
No, I think that's enough of picking on the little Rippers.
Okay, who would you like to fight with first in the fight phase? The Dreadnought or the Captain?
The Captain. And, I'm going to attack with his power master.
Your Bolt Storm Power Fist thingy?
No. Sword.
His Power Sword, okay.
4 attacks.
Hitting on 2s.
Rerolling 1.
There you go. And he's going to wound on 3s, and they won't get any armor saves. Oh, he
2
killed.
damage apiece.
Oh, they are 2 damage apiece? Yeah. The first one will kill this one, and you'll do 4 more damage to the second one, so he's gone.
2 damage.
Would you like to consolidate your captain 3 inches? He'd have to move towards the warriors if he does so.
Nah.
No? Okay, now your Dreadnought, he did charge, so he still gets to activate. So he could pile in, but he will not be able to attack the warriors because he did not declare a charge against them. So do you want to pile in there?
Yep.
Because that does mean that they'll be able to fight him this turn.
Well, will they be able to pile in?
Yep.
Then no.
Yeah, you want to stay off of them? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. They got a lot of bone swords there, so they could start to chop through them.
Maybe I'm going to consolidate.
Well, unfortunately, you can't because you're closer to the warriors. So the way that you can head towards them as long as you end closer to this warrior than you started. You could go that way. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. We do have the morale phase now, but any units that suffered casualties that weren't destroyed are within synapse range, which is 8 inches from the Zoanthropes. Or are synapse creatures, but they didn't take any casualties. They only suffered wounds. And if you're in synapse, you automatically pass morale tests. But not a bad first turn. You grab the prize with your Hellblasters. You destroyed my Sporocyst and all my Ripper Swarms. You killed one of my warriors, and you injured some of my Zoanthropes. And so not too bad for the first volley of fire, especially because it's the dead of night and we can't even see that far. Let's go into Tyranids, turn 1. We're going to start with my warriors just moving forward. Obviously, I cannot let you just run off with that objective, especially because nighttime might end and you'll be able to get further away and start shooting at me more. My Tyranid Prime will stay close nearby. Harrowspecs wants to take on your Dreadnought. You should have some fun there. I'm going to move up the Hive Guard 5 inches. I would like to fire these weapons, which are good anti-vehicle, against this Dreadnought over here, but they only move 5 inches, and I can only see 12 inches away. But they do D3 damage apiece, so they'll still be good against Primaris as well. Advance, they want to... Well, you know what? If they're going to eat brains, which brains do they want to eat? You know, I'll just move forward. We're just going to move forward. We're not going to think too hard about this. We're just going to go up and eat some Ultramarines. They look delicious.
Bring it.
And then these zone tropes will move over so that the closest target is this tactical squad. So we want to smite them. Smite! Smite, which is a pistol shot, of course, as we all know. It's not really. And then these Ripper Swarms will move up there 6 inches.
Come on, guys. Don't collapse. Hold your ground.
We're coming. Turbogon moves 8 inches. He'll spawn Gaunts at the end of the phase. Speaking of the end of the movement phase, I'm going to bring in my Ripper Swarms. Ripper Swarms come up from the ground, although I like to believe that these ones came from the reclamation pool after they spit out their last dinner. And so they're 9 inches away from the Marines there, and we got 3 over here, 9 inches away.
Aspects array.
Oh, you're going to use Auspex? So you got a command, basically one of the stratagems for the Space Marines is they can spend a command point on an infantry squad to fire at somebody who came in from reinforcements that is within 12 inches, but they do get -1 to hit. So you want to do the intercessors?
Yep.
So they'll fire back at these Ripper Swarms. So they'll have 10 shots hitting on 4s.
Against these guys.
And not bad. Reroll the 1s. The captain's still nearby. And then they're wounding on 3s. No saves because these are -1 AP. Nice. They kill 1 in a bit. So we'll pop this one, and then we'll damage this one down to 1 wound. Let's see if you get your command point back. On a 5+? No. And at the end of the movement phase, I'm going to spawn 10 Termagants, open play, so we don't even have to pay the points for these. So 6 inches of the Turbogon and more than an inch away from the enemy. We're going to start with the Turbogon in the psychic phase, attempting to manifest Catalyst, which will allow me to give a unit within 18 inches, essentially feel no pain 5+, ignoring wounds on 5+. It's Warp Charge 6. And that is the first time I have ever perilled in a battle report, and I have rolled a lot of psychic. So it goes off, because I'm not going to die from this D3 mortal wounds, but I do take 3 mortal wounds on my Turbogod. So down to 11 wounds, but I'm going to give Catalyst to these warriors so that they'll be a lot more resilient. Nearest unit will be those tacticals. We need a 5+, but we need an 11+ to do D6 wounds instead of D3. Well, we got our 5+, so we do D3 mortal wounds, which is 2. So 2 of them of your choice die. Well, you don't want to kill your Melta and your Sergeant? You don't. Yeah. All right, yay. And I'm going to attempt to manifest Catalyst from this group of zone tropes, Warp Charge 6. And they make it, and they'll put it on the Harrowspecs. So the Harrowspecs and the Warriors will all have Catalyst. The Harrowspecs is going to lash out with his big grasping tongue at your Dreadnought. He misses.
You can...
The 3 Hive Guard, the shot cannons, they would love to fire at a vehicle. I don't think I need to fire at this vehicle. The Harrowspecs is going to take care of him. So they're going to fire into the Primaris Marines. D3 shots each. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they have Ballistic Skill 3+. So we got 2 hits. Strength 7, so 3s to wound against Toughness 4. We got 2 wounds. -1 armor. Now your guys move, so you're not dug in, so your 3 up becomes a 4 up. And you failed to save 1. They do D3 damage apiece. You've got 2 wounds each. So if I roll... No, that's only 1 wound. So 1 guy takes 1 damage. You're going to put it on the guy in the back, guy in the front. There we are. The Biovores have no choice but to fire at the Dreadnought because the only thing in range of the 12 inches is the Dreadnought and the Captain. The Captain's a character, and he's not the closest. They have their Spore Mine launchers, which hit on 4s. And every hit, and I'll take care of the misses in a second, every hit I roll a die. On a 2 to a 5, it does a mortal wound. On a 6, it does D3 mortal wounds. I roll a 1 and do nothing. Wow. And for every miss, I place a Spore Mine. So now for every miss, I have to place a Spore Mine that's within 6 inches of the Dreadnought, but more than 3 inches away from any enemy. It's important that it's more than 3 inches because these things explode when they're within 3 inches. in the charge phase or the fight phase, or the end of the charge phase, one or the other. So I'm going to place them right in front of this Turbogon. So within 6 inches, but more than 3 inches away from each. Then the warriors are going to fire all of their Death Spitters into your Hellblasters. So we've got 15 shots. The prime is nearby to give them +1 to their hit roll, so they're actually hitting on 3s. That's a lot of misses. Wounding on 3, strength 5, toughness 4. Not bad, 6 wounds. Now your Hellblasters didn't move, so they're dug in. So they actually have a 2-up armor, but a -1 from the Death Spitter, so you're back to 3-up. Ooh, your dug in saved you. You take 2 wounds. So one guy dies, because they're 2 wounds apiece. Tyranid Prime also has a Death Spitter. Fire at the same squad. He's hitting on 3s. He does not get the +1 to himself, because it's only with Tyranid Warriors and Tyranid Shrikes, of which he has neither keyword. And so we got 2 hits. They're strength 5, so 3s to wound. So 2 wounds again. So you get the +1 cover, but then -1 armor, so you're back up to your 3-up save. Fail both and you lose a guy. No, you don't lose a guy. 1 wound. So 1 guy takes a wound. And next, the 10 flesh bores from the Termagants will fire. So we got 10 shots hitting on 4s. The Turbogon lets them reroll 1s. So you get to reroll that 1. Toughness 4, so 4s to wound, so 3 wounds. No AP though, so you're dug in, so you got a 2-up save. And you're fine. Ooh, that dug in has really helped you. Turbogon will fire his Stinger Salvo at them. It's 4 shots, hitting on 4s. Ooh, 4 hits. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. And these are -1 AP, so they bring you back up to a 3-up armor. And you fail 1.
Right.
So that finishes off the guy that was wounded. Next up, we'll have the Hive Guard. He'll fire at the Land Speeder. So he's hitting on 3s. He does not have to have line of sight, by the way. He's strength 8, so 3s to wound your Land Speeder. Oh, no, nothing. On to the charge phase. The Haruspex is going to declare a charge against your Dreadnought.
Overwatch!
Start with your Multi-Melta. 6s to hit.
It's the Venerable, right?
What has he got? Oh, he's got Twin Last Cannon. I'm thinking of the other guy. Twin Last Cannon. 6s to hit. No.
I'm going to that.
You want to use a command point? Oh, no, don't get it.
But on
Number 5
5+,
plus.
I get it back.
Oh, you lost a command point. D6 auto hits from your Heavy Flamer, though. 3 auto hits, and they'll wound on 5s against the Haruspex. 1 wound. He's 3-up armor, so that's 4-up. So he's down to 12. I'm just going to charge. I'm not going to roll because it's just an inch away and he's there. The Warriors will declare a multi-charge to your Captain and the Hellblasters, who can overwatch. You want to supercharge your Hellblasters? Because you do reroll 1. So 2 at a time. You've got 4 shots, but just 2 at a time. 6s to hit. Reroll 1s. No, and the other one? No, but you didn't die. And your Captain with his Bolt Storm Gauntlet has 4 shots, hitting on 6s.
Overcharge!
Yeah. Overcharge a Bolt Pistol. No. 6s to hit. Reroll those 2 1s, because you're the Captain now. No. And charging 10 inches. Oh boy. And we'll charge there. We'll charge there. We'll charge here. Here. And here. So still have our bubble with the prime. Let's go to the fight phase. I'm going to start with the... Because you could use 2 command points to interrupt me.
And I could get those 2 command points back.
You could get those 2 command points back. Well, you know what then? I'm going to randomize it. Let's let fate decide. 4+, it'll be the Haruspex. And the Warriors will attack first. I'm not going to pile them in. They're fine where they are. I'll put these 2 onto the Hellblasters and these 3 onto the Captain. Start with the 2 Warriors attacking your Hellblasters. There are 3 attacks each, but the Bone Swords get an additional attack. And they're hitting normally on 3s, with the prime within 6 inches gives them +1 of their hit rolls. They're hitting on 2s now. So we got 7 hits against your Hellblasters. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, so 4s to wound. Ugh, 2 wounds. They're -2 armor, so you got a 5-up save instead of 3-up.
4-up. I'm going to take my 4-up invuln.
Hold on. On the Hellblasters?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Well, I'm hitting your Hellblasters right now, not your Captain.
Oh, yeah.
So 5-up armor. Made 1. Only 1 damage. You want to wound the guy carrying the prize or the sergeant? Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick,
Stop
tock.
it, please.
And you decided?
Sergeant.
Sergeant will take a wound. All right. Now I'll have these 3 warriors fight your Captain. Gives me 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. Get rid of those 2 1s, so 10 hits. Now the Gravis Armor Captain actually has toughness 5, and it doesn't say anywhere that the Armor Indominus replaces his armor. Not that that would actually make him toughness 4, because nowhere does it actually say Gravis Armor makes him toughness 5. It's just as understood when you look at it. So he is still toughness 5 with that awesome armor. So it's like Armor Indominus Gravis, like super awesome. Mark 10. Even though it's a relic, apparently they have a couple versions of it for depending on who takes it. So we have got 10 hits and a strength 4 versus toughness 5, so 5's to wound. Only 2 wounds. So you got a 4-up save because it's -2.
4-up and 1.
And you make them both. Okay, didn't even scratch them. Would you like to spend 2 command points to have the Dreadnought attack the Haruspecs?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. First off, roll 2 dice to see if you get those command points back. You get 1 of them back, so it costs you 1 command point. So you've got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Your captain is nearby to let you re-roll. If you hit with all of these, wound with all of these, then he will die because you do 3 damage each, and I lost 1 wound in the Overwatch. So 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Re-roll that 1, don't roll a 1 again. Okay, and now you are strength 10, is that correct? Strength 12. I'm toughness 8, so you're 3s to wound. Oh, 2 wounds. What are you thinking of command points?
Yeah.
You want to kill this Haruspecs, don't you? How many command points do you have left?
2.
You could use both of them to re-roll both those dice. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying you want to do it. It's kind of important. Re-roll both. If you make both 3 pluses, he dies. Like straight up, he does not get a save. Oh, hold on. No, that is untrue. I have a 3+ armor, so I'll actually have a 6+ save. So there's a chance that I could save one of these.
I'll use 1 command.
All right, 1 command point. You can always decide after you roll that one to do another one. So go ahead, 3+. Okay, you make that. Now roll a die to see if you get your command point back. On a 5+ you do. You do not, so you have 1 command point left. Do you want to use it on the last one? No, you don't want to take the chance.
But
you'll be happy with me just being crippled, so my weapon skill and ballistic skill will go down.
Yeah.
And my strength. But I do have a 6-up save, and I made 1 of them anyway, so good choice. That does 6 wounds to me, because they're just straight up 3 each, so I'm down to 6, which does bring me down to my next level. Now this makes a big difference. My weapon skill is still 4+, but my strength goes down to 6, and the shoveling claws are ×2 strength. So they would have been strength 14 against your toughness 7, so I would have been wounding you on 2s, now I'll be wounding you on 3s.
Oh, thank goodness,
That's because that seems like the best choice, given that your toughness 7 and I'm only strength 6. Hitting on 4s. We got 3 hits.
Actually, 5s because...
No, he has to be super crippled before he hits on 5s.
Oh, wait a minute.
Once he's down to 3 wounds.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was -1 to hit.
No, it's not like power. It's like your Dreadnought close combat weapon. It doesn't get a minus because these are big guys swinging them. Yeah. And so now I will wound you on 3s rather than 2s. Oh, no. Made all 3. So you got a 6-up save. It's 3 up normally, -3, and these do d6 damage apiece.
And I also have 6-up feel no pain.
You do?
Yeah.
How so?
Venerable.
Venerables have that?
Yeah.
Yes, he does ignore when he loses wounds on a 6, but that'll be after I roll damage. So 6 up. Oh, you make 1 of them. So now I gotta roll my 2d6 damage. How many wounds does a Dreadnought have? Does he have 8? He does have 8, so you have a good chance of surviving this. Yeah, so I can't kill you. I'm only gonna do 6 wounds at most. So there's your 6 dice. For every 6 you can roll. Lots of 6s here. Then you ignore it. So you take 5 wounds. Not bad. So you're down to 3.
Yeah. Blow.
Yeah, in this case, you wounding me didn't make a difference because I rolled only 3 pluses for the wounds, but it could have made a difference. And now, that's all of my chargers, and everybody else of mine is done. So we have the fight phase for these 2 guys. Would you like to fight with the Hellblasters or with the Captain next?
Captain.
So you're going to use your Power Fist, the Gauntlet. So you get 5 attacks, but only hitting on 3s instead of 2s.
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, re-rolling 1s. So good thing. Those are 3 1s there. Pick them all up. There we go. He got 3 hits. So he's strength 8 with these, so 2s to wound. There we go. 3 wounds. I have a 4-up save, which is -3, so I do not get a save.
Wait, Catalyst.
No, that comes after that I take the damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that on my Haruspecs. Oh, well, I forgot. So before you roll, hold on. Don't roll them all at the same time. We got to roll them 1 at a time because we got to see what order they go in. So D3 damage apiece. So that straight up kills 1. Unless I make a 5+. I do. So then your next one, roll it to see how much damage I take. So that same guy who has 1 wound left now takes 2 wounds. And he fails 1 of them, so he dies. So 1 of them dies so far. And that last D3, 2. So 2 5-up catalysts. I make 1 of them. It's down to 2. And now your Hellblasters can swing. 5 attacks between the 2 of them, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Thanks to your captain.
Because he's the cap.
4 is to wound, strength 4, toughness 4. Ah, it's 2 wounds, no AP, so I just get my 4-up saves. Fail both of them, which will kill a guy unless I make my 5-up catalyst. I make one of them.
They casted that on them.
They cast catalyst on one of them, and he cast catalyst on one of them. I don't remember the order.
I have to kill him.
And morale phase, you lost 2 Hellblasters, but your leadership 9 thanks to being Ultramarines, and so you can't possibly fail that morale. And you lost 2 guys over here, but once again, even leadership 8, you would have been fine. But that +1 makes it even more impossible to kill all these 5-man squads with morale. And on my side, I didn't lose anything during my turn. Well, I lost a warrior, but they're synapse, so they auto-pass morale. So not too bad. I thought I was going to eat that Dreadnought, but he ended up punching him in the face, taking out half of his wounds. And then he survived, and it's your turn next, so you will be able to swing with the Dreadnought first if you so choose, and probably finish off that Haruspex, which is pretty awesome. And the captain holding his own against all those warriors. The warriors charged in, didn't do anything. It did like 1 damage to your Hellblasters, but just right off the armor Indominus. They could not get through that, and then they got punched in the face and lost some wounds.
Master crafted.
Master crafted armor Indominus Gravis, Mark 10. Let's go to Ultramarines turn 2. First thing though, before your turn, is on a 4+, the range of our line of sight is increased by 6 inches. Okay, now you're the one that rolls it, so you're actually allowed to spend a command point if you care. You only have 1 left. I'm not sure if you'd want to.
I don't want to.
I think you're going to be in range for most of your guys.
I'm close enough.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah, you're pretty darn close.
This is...
But before we go any further, this group, which lost 1 Ripper Swarm, I forgot to roll a morale for them in the morale phase. And they only have leadership 4, and they lost 1 guy, and I pass it. So 2 + 1 is 3, and that is less than or equal to 4. Movement. What's going on? Dreadnought's moving back, and the intercessors are, oh, they're retreating back a bit.
They want to. They want to.
Take on the Ripper Swarms.
Yeah. I don't want to be outflanked.
No. And now remember, the Ultramarines, they can fall back and still shoot, albeit at -1 to their hit rolls. Yes, Hellblasters are getting out of there. Now he's got the prize, and he gets to keep it until he is slain or until you choose to drop it. So we'll just put it underneath the model.
Hey.
What are you going to do with your prize? You're going to drop it?
Yep.
Okay, so I get to place the marker anywhere within an inch. So I'm going to place it as close to me as possible within an inch. And now your land speeder's going to go pick it up? I think you don't need to measure that. He has to end his movement on it. So now the land speeder has it. This is my prize now. So everybody else is going to hold in and dig in.
Yep.
These guys are going to like sink into the swamp so they get extra cover. These guys will quickly dig a hole. So now everybody's got cover.
Yeah.
You got some guys in reinforcements. Would you like to teleport in your Terminators? So is that a yes?
Yep.
They're going to drop in near these Ripper Swarms who forgot to charge last turn.
They're going to be punished for that.
Oh, well. They're dropping in over here a little more than 9 inches away. The captain, is he going to teleport in with them? Boom! There he goes. Shooting phase. What are you going to do?
Captain Stormbolter into the Rippers.
Rapid fire 2, so 4 shots hitting on 2s.
Rolling ones.
Rerolling 1s because he's the captain, and then wounding on 3s. And I have a 6-up save. Oh, double 6! Look at that. And what about these guys? Stormbolters into the Rippers as well?
Yeah.
And the assault cannon too?
Yep.
16 shots from your Stormbolters hitting on 3s.
Rolling ones.
Rerolling 1s. Oh, that's a lot of 2s.
Come on.
Reroll that 1. There's 1 more. And 3s to wound. Not bad. 6-up armor saves. I made 1. So this will finish off 1, this will kill another, and this will wound 1. 2 wounds on this one, and then we'll kill, let's say, this one, and then we'll wound this one.
Oh.
Assault cannon, 6 shots hitting on 4s, because you count as moving when you deep strike in.
Rolling ones.
You're rolling 1s. So 3 hits. 2s to wound. So 1 wound. So 1 damage, I don't get armor saves against that, it's -1. Tacticals, what's their target?
Multi-guns going to fire into the zone ropes. And the rest are going to fire into the...
You got a plasma pistol on him, right?
Yeah.
Plasma, and then bolter into the Rippers, and then multi-melt into the zone throws. Sorry, melt-a-gun. Hitting on a 3. And then wounding on a 2. I got a 3-up invuln, otherwise it does D6 wounds. Oh, D6 wounds, which is going to kill one. Definitely overkilled. Bolter into the Rippers. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound with a 6-up save. Oh, double 6 again! Well, that answers the question of whether you'd want to supercharge the plasma, because there's no point to going to damage 2, because one of the Rippers only has 1 wound left. So it wouldn't really do anything for you. So 3s to hit with your plasma, 2s to kill. No saves. There we are. Finishes off the Ripper. Devastators, what's their target?
Zoanthropes.
Who would you like to give the +1 to hit to? Although, what's his combi weapon?
Melta.
Oh, as a Melta gun. So maybe he doesn't want to do the +1, he just wants to fire the Melta. Is that what he wants to do?
Yep.
So he's going to fire that first?
Uh-huh.
Oh, hold on. One of the Zoanthropes is down to 1 wound. So
I'll go with
a
that.
heavy bolter is probably a better first shot. Hitting on 3s. And no re-rolling here, there's no captain nearby. And wounding on 3s. And I got 3 up invuln.
Oh, L1.
There, see? Finished him off. Wounds. Melta and the missile launcher will have the same profile, so we can roll them both. 3s to hit. Okay, they both missed. 2 plasma cannons. I'm assuming you don't want to supercharge, but you could if you wanted to.
Nah.
Because if you supercharge, you'll wound on 2s instead of 3s, and you'll do 2 damage apiece instead of 1.
I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, you'd probably lose both of them if you supercharge. Go, do D3 shots each. 1 shot each, hitting on 3s.
First one.
You can just roll them together because you're not going to die if you roll a 1.
Hit.
They both hit and they wound on 3s because they're strength 7. 2 wounds. 3 up invulns, fail 1. So this one will be down to 2. And your intercessors are firing at Ripper Swarms. 10 shots hitting on 3s. Oh, and there's no captain nearby. Only 4 hits, wounding on 3s, but no saves. So 2 wounds. Yeah, that sucked. 1 dies, because they only had 1 wound left. 1 gets wounded. And you've got your Hell Blasters there in range of the Ripper Swarms as well.
Overcharging.
Not overcharging, that would be a good idea, because in 1s and 2s they would die. And then 3s to wound. No saves, so 3 wounds. Finish off the 1 and wound the next.
Those guys, the tactical squads are going to fire into the Rippers.
To the Rippers back here.
Yeah.
Except the missile launcher. Where's the missile launcher going?
Zoanthropes.
Let's do that one first. 3s to hit. Hits. 2s to wound.
Super hits.
That's a wound. 3 up invuln. Make it. 8 shots from the bolters hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Yeah, 3s to wound. 2 wounds with a 6-up save. Saved 1. 1 wound. Down to 2. Intercessor squad, what's their target?
Zoanthropes.
Zoanthropes. 10 shots hitting on 3s.
Give me some luck.
There we go, 9 hits.
Space Marine rolling.
There you go, 3s to wound. No, sorry, 4s to wound. 3 up invulns. Oh, only failed 1.
Rub it in.
Crikey. Forgot to move your Inceptors, so we'll do that right now, because they're out of range of everything now.
Nice and close. Bert.
What's their target?
Who they're pointing their guns at.
I don't know. This guy's kind of pointing to the side or to the ground. This one's kind of pointing at... So he's pointing at his neighbor, so we'll fire at him. He's pointing at the foliage, we'll fire at that. These guys are kind of pointing to the side. I think they're kind of hitting the intercessors, to be honest.
No.
You mean... Oh, okay, they're firing at the hive guard. Got it. 3s to hit. 18 shots. Toughness 5 on the hive guard. Oh, you forgot 1. 4s to wound. Nice. Normally got a 4-up save, but you're -1 with the assault bolter, so I got 5-up saves. So 3 wounds. They are 3 wounds apiece, so 1 dies.
Into the Termagants.
Landspeeder's going to try to take out lots of Termagants. 6 shots from the assault cannon hitting on 4s because you moved, so 1 hit. Reroll the 1s though, because your captain's nearby. Oh, still just 1 hit. 1 hit, just 1 hit. That 3 was a miss. 2s to wound. Dead. Good job. Kill a Termagant. Heavy bolter hitting on 4s as well. And then wounding on 3s, no saves because it's -1. It's 6-up armor. 2 die.
That's better
Yeah.
than the assault
I'm telling you, heavy bolters are better than assault cannons. Why would you take 6 strength 6 -1 shots when you can take 3 strength 5 -1 shots instead?
The multi-melter from the Dreadnought's going to go into the Termagant.
And what about the storm bolter?
Termagants.
Yeah.
Let's
Moved. Did you move?
Yeah, I did.
He did. Okay, so 4s to hit. Oh,
Rerolling
reroll 1.
ones.
The captain was within 6 inches. There we go. 1 hit. Strength 8 versus toughness 8. So 4s to wound. There's a wound. I don't get a save, that's -4. So you are within 12-inch range.
5 up invuln.
Tyranids don't have 5 up invuln.
Really?
No, they don't. Hive Tyrants do. So you get to roll 2 dice and pick the best one because you're within half the range of the multi-melta. So you're going to do 5 wounds.
Not.
So he's down to 6. That does cripple him a bit.
Good thing you didn't make him your warlord. He's getting the pressure put on him.
Yeah. Stormbolter into the Termagants. 4 shots hitting on 3s. 4 hits. 3s. 3 wounds with the 6-up save. 2 die.
And the heavy and the stormbolt.
Any charges you want to declare?
Dreadnought's going to help his boss out.
So going after the warriors?
Yep.
Are you going to declare multi-charge into the Termagants or just the warriors?
Just the warriors.
What's the charge range? He's in. So he'll move over to here. Any other charges?
Nope.
Okay, so we got to do your charger first, attacking the Tyranid warriors. So you got 4 attacks with your Dreadnought hitting on 3s.
Rerolling ones.
Rerolling 1s, thanks to the captain. 2 hits so far.
That captain has really saved me so far.
Yeah, and then your strength 12 against toughness 4, so you're wounded on 2s. And those are -3, so my 4-ups are ignored, and they're damage 3, so it just straight up kills 2.
They're going like,
So it kills the one that had 1 wound left, and will kill this one too. All the chargers are done, so you get to choose a unit. Do you want your Dreadnought fighting the Haruspecs to go first, or your Captain fighting the Warriors to go first?
the Dreadnought.
Yeah, that's the right option. 4 attacks, hitting on, I think he's hitting on 2s, right?
Yep.
Rerolling 1s, because he is a Venerable. Well, not the rerolling 1s because of the Captain. The 2s to hit because he's Venerable. Now your strength 12, so you're wounded on 3s. Oh, you got him. That, oh wait, no, I got a 6-up save. And I'm gonna remember my catalyst this time. So you do 9 wounds to me, of which I have 6 left, but I had a 5-up catalyst save against each of those. 6 is to stay alive. Oh, there's 1, he's dead. He's got frenzied death throws. On a 6, each unit within 3 inches takes 3 mortal wounds. No. He wants to command point that because it would actually kill your Dreadnought. So you know what? What the heck? Command point. No. I know it also kill a Biovore, hurt my Prime, and maybe kill a Hive Guard, but totally worth it. Do you want to consolidate your Dreadnought? It would have to be into the Turvagon. Or at least like this way. You have to get closer to the Turvagon than where you started.
Then he's going to...
So you're going to lock up both of these units?
Just the Bioware.
Well, he'll be within an inch too.
Can he spawn more Termagants while he's in close combat?
Sure can.
You know what? No.
No?
He's not.
Don't feel like getting hit by a super high strength monster who might finish off your Dreadnought?
Yeah.
So just keep him where he is then.
Just better.
Now my warriors will go next. So I am going to have both of them attack your captain. 8 attacks on 3s, because they're actually, sorry, 2s, because they're still close to the Prime. And wounded on 5s. Yeah, nothing. So now you get to swing back. You've got 5 attacks hitting on 3s, because you get -1 to hit to your 2+. So don't get rid of that 2. You don't have that 2. Because it's -1.
Yeah.
And then you are strength 8, so 2s to wound. So roll these one at a time. They're D3 wounds each. So that's the first one. So why don't you roll the next one, and then we'll see. I'm going to roll my Film of Pain. So that's 4 so far. So I'll see if that guy survives with the 5-up. No, he does not. So then you can just roll the other 2 together because there's only 1 guy left. So that's 3 more. It's enough to kill him if he fails all of his 5+. Yeah, he dies too. Just punches 2 of them down, just like that. Would you like to consolidate your captain into the Termagants?
Sure.
Yeah? So tie them up. There we go.
Yes.
Into the morale phase, we got leadership for Ripper Swarms. There are 2 that died already, and I rolled a 4, so I lose 2 more. So the one that was already wounded, and 1 more. Tyranid Prime is going to move forward. Hive Guard, if their shock cannons, or yeah, their shock cannons will move up. Going to move these spore mines close to both the captain. Sorry, I can't go that close. What am I doing? I'm going to get within 3 inches, because basically at the end of the charge phase, if a spore mine is within 3 inches of an enemy, they explode and they roll on 2+. They do a mortal wound on a 6. They do D3 mortal wounds to the nearest enemy model. So I'm going to have them here, closer to the Dreadnought, in case I don't kill in the shooting phase. And so they can finish off the dreadnought. And if I fail to finish off the dreadnought, then they can try to finish off, or they can try to hurt the captain instead.
No.
And these zoanthropes will move over here. We're gonna get away from your terminators a bit. Ripper swarms will come up too. 1 Ripper swarm to move up. 3 Ripper swarms right here to move up as well. Termagants are going to fall back, as they don't have any business being in close combat with that captain. So he'll move up. They were in his way. Psychic phase. Tervagan is going to attempt to manifest Smite. The nearest unit will be that captain. We got it. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. He starts with 6, so he's down to 4. These zoanthropes will manifest, or attempt to manifest Smite 2. 5 plus. We got our 5. D3 mortal wounds. 2. So it kills 1, and you put a mortal wound on one other one. Your choice. They're all kind of the same except the sergeant. And these zoanthropes will attempt to manifest Smite 2, hitting your tactical squad. 5 plus. And I got 9. Almost got the 11. D3 mortal wounds. We do 2. So 2 of the tacticals die. Who do you want to die? Everybody but the sergeant. Shooting phase. I'm going to put the shot cannons into your dreadnought. I'm going to try to finish them off. And D3 shots each. So we're looking at 3 shots, and they're hitting on 3s. There we go. Strength 7 versus toughness 7, but these have a special rule that when they're shooting at vehicles, if they roll 4 plus to wound, they do a mortal wound in addition to the regular damage. If they roll 6 to wound, they do D3 mortal wounds. So it's like a haywire kind of thing. Wow. Okay, you know what? 3 command points. I'm doing it. There we are. 2 mortal wounds. So he's down to 1. Plus he takes the 2 wounds, but he gets to try to save those. It's -1 to his 3-up save, so he failed one of these 4-ups and he's done. Got him, just barely. But Venerables ignore taking wounds on a 6 plus, so you actually get to roll 3 of those. Ah, he's gone. But he can explode on a 6.
Go down.
That's a 3. No. Yay, mortal wounds. The Biovores are going to fire their launchers into your land speeder. No, to the Hellblasters. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. The miss will place a spore mine. Now I got to roll 2 plus will do a mortal wound, and the 6s will do D3. So 2 mortal wounds. So it kills the sergeant, and it injures the other one. And I'll place a spore mine right here. Tervagan will try to finish off that last Hellblaster. Hitting on 5s now that he's injured. 1 hit, and then wounding on 3s, a strength 5. That's a wound, it's -1 armor, and you did move, so you don't get your cover benefit, so your 4-up save. He dies.
Thing.
Nope.
The thing of a.
And then we'll put the Impaler Cannon into... You know, we'll put it into your captain. Hitting on 3s. It's 1 hit. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s because your toughness 5. That's a wound. It's -2, so you get a 4-up save.
Or a pinball.
He's made it. Tervagan's going to declare a charge into your captain, who can overwatch. 6s to hit with his gauntlet. Rerolling that 1-1. No. And...
I think you made it.
I forgot. Well, I was going to declare a multi-charge against the Dreadnought too, but I guess I will not. 9 inches. So I'll just move up right here. The Prime will declare... He'll declare a charge against the captain as well. So he's charging 5 inches. The Zoanthropes here will declare a charge into your intercessors, who can overwatch. 6s to hit with their rapid-firing bolt rifles. 2 hits, and they'll wound on 4s.
Kill one, guys. Kill one.
1 wound with a 3-up save, otherwise I lose 1. Got it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do earlier? Since I have a Neurothrope and I hurt you with Smite, I get to regain D3 wounds. So I get those 2 wounds back, so he's actually back at full health. And then they charge 2 inches, which is still enough to get in there. I'll have the Zoanthropes declare a charge against your Sergeant.
You know what? Let's do it.
You're probably dead anyways, right? 6s to hit. It's definitely cocked. Here you go. Roll again. No. Charge range is 8. I'll just move up what I have to. And then the Rippers will charge as well. And they'll go in. Here, here, and here. And Ripper Storm over here will charge these tacticals. What kind of missile do you want to use?
Flak.
A frag, you mean?
Frag.
Yeah, D6 shots. 5. We'll do the frag with the bolters at the same time because they're all the same profile. 6s to hit. 1 hit, wounding on a 3, which is toss it really quick. With a 6-up save. So down a wound. Charging in. And we'll charge like so to get into synapse of the zoanthropes. End of the charge phase. Any spore mines within 3 inches of an enemy might hurt that enemy. We roll a die for each of them. On a 2+, they do a mortal wound, and on a 6, they do D3. Mortal wounds. Can't complain about that. Even when I miss, I eventually hit. So he's down to 2 wounds.
That doesn't make sense.
Turbogon will go first in the fight phase against your captain. We got 3 attacks hitting on 5s, but because they're massive side talons, I get to reroll 1s. So we got 2 hits. Ooh, lucky. Strength 7 against your Gravis armor is toughness 5. We're looking at 3s to wound. Has 2 wounds at -3 each, so you get your 4-up invuln. Otherwise, they do D6 damage.
I'm going to use one that I'm going to use my 3-up invuln.
So you're once per game, you can activate your 3-up invuln for the rest of the turn. So you can roll both of them. 3-up invuln. Oh, didn't need it, but it was still a good time to use it. You don't have enough command points to interrupt any of my attacks, so the order of these isn't too important. My prime will go next then. So we've got 5 attacks with him with his bone swords, hitting on 2s or 3s. Well, let me check. He's hitting on 2s. He's strength 5 against your toughness 5, so 4s to wound. So we've got 3 wounds, and you've got your 3-up invulns. Oh, 1 gets through. Dang it, Captain survives. Only 1 wound, but he survives. Zoanthropes will go next against... Oh, wait, I have 1 more attack. I forgot, he's my warlord, and he had the warlord trait that he gets +1 attack on the charge.
Oh, yeah.
It's my last chance. 2+ to hit, and 4s to wound. That's a wound. You got your 3-up save, otherwise the captain's dead. Ah, you made it. Armor and dominance. We'll have the zoanthropes pile in, and then 2 attacks. 4s to hit. Yeah, we missed. 12 attacks from the 3 Ripper Swarms, hitting on 5s. Well, 4 hits, not bad. 2 wounds. I mean, they're AP nothing, so you got your 3-up save. And they're tacticals though, so everyone that you fail, the guy dies. 1 dies. Your choice. Over here, we'll have the 2 zoanthropes attack, hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s. Nope. And then the Ripper Swarms with their 12 attacks. Hitting on 5s. Nice. 6 hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. And you got 3-up save, otherwise your sergeant is dead. And he's dead. And I will consolidate. Actually, the nearest enemy is going to be them, so I won't consolidate. Now in the fight phase, I've done all mine, so you get to hit back with your captain. He's got 5 attacks hitting on 3s, because you're going to use your
Power Fist?
Power Fist.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s. Reroll that 1. 4 hits. 3s to wound against the... Oh, hold on. What were you attacking? The Prime or the Turbogon?
Turbogon.
Okay. 4s to wound the Turbogon. Oh, 4 wounds. Armor becomes 6 up. And I make 1 of them, so that's 3. 8 you did. Now before he dies, every Termagant squad within 6 inches suffers D6 mortal wounds. I only roll it once and they all take it, but there's only 1 squad. So 4 of these Termagants dies from the synaptic backlash before he is removed. And you got your intercessors, they could pile in an attack. You got 9 attacks between the 4 of them. And you got 3s to hit. Oh, only 4 hits. 4s to wound. 2 wounds with a 3-up invuln. I'm fine. And your tacticals against the Rippers. You got 4 attacks there, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. No captain nearby to help you with those 1s now. 3s to wound. 1 wound, 6-up save, or a Ripper Swarm dies. And yes, that was a threat to the Ripper Swarms. Beginning of the battle round on the 4+, we get a little more light. Yay! Now everybody can see 18 inches away. Movement phase. You got the prize inside of the land speeder now.
And the pilots can...
And it has no restriction. Like the relic, I think, has a restriction that you can't move more than 6 when you have it. But this isn't match play. This is open play. Hey, you forgot. Did you want to drop it before you left? It's okay with me if you drop it. Have your Dreadnought pick it up and play King of the Hill.
No.
Dreadnought's going to get ready to go into the prime. You're going to fall back with your intercessors.
Yeah.
They can still fire. -1 to hit. Fall back with your tacticals. Yeah, you can do 4 attacks in close combat, or you can light them up with your shooting.
Lots of shots.
Inceptors are going to jump forward.
Hey, are the barrel or is toughness 4?
I think so. Yeah, they're toughness 4, 4 wounds each, 4 up save.
Yeah.
Terminators are going to advance 1, so they move 5 inches instead of their awesome 4.
No, that's the cataphract you got.
Oh, sorry, so they move 5 plus the 1, so 6 inches instead of 5. My bad. And the captain?
Advancing also.
Yeah, straight up behind him.
At 8 inches, right? So right here.
Shooting phase.
These guys.
Into what?
Biowars.
18 shots, hitting on 3s. Strength 5 versus toughness 4, so 3s to wound. -1 to my 4 up save, so I get a 5 up save. Well, I made one of them, so that kills 2 Biowars perfectly. I will try to keep Synapse, but I think you're going to kill my other Synapse in a moment.
Multi-melta from the Dreadnought into the Hive Guard.
And the Stormbolter?
Or
Or do you want to kill that Spore Mine?
Spore Mine.
Good idea. Melta first, hitting on a 3.
Rolling 1.
Rerolling 1. Oh, sorry, hitting on a 4 because you moved. They are toughness 5 after all. You ignore their armor, so you do 2d6, take the highest wounds. 4, you kill 1. Just like that. Stormbolter into the Spore Mine.
I think.
4 shots, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s, he's only toughness 1.
Rolling 1s.
There, you killed him.
Yep, he's
Your captain has a pistol. He can fire that in close combat. It's pistol 4, hitting on 2s.
rolling 1s.
And then wounding on 5s against my prime. 2 wounds. Got 3 up save. I'm fine. Intercessors will light up that little poor Ripper Swarm. What did he ever do to you? Do you really think using bolter rounds to kill Ripper Swarms is a good use of your taxpayer money?
They're smelled hairs.
Yeah, 3s to hit. 3s to hit. 3s to wound, and I don't get any saves, and you got him. Look at that. You left a little smoldering crater where the Rippers were.
Okay.
Intercessors?
Yep.
Into?
Zoanthropes.
Got it. 4s to hit because you fell back, so -1. Nice. 5 hits. 4s to wound. Nice. 4 wounds. 3 up invulns, and you do 2 wounds. I think that's the most invulns I've ever failed. One goes down to 1. Devastators, what's their target?
Zoanthropes.
Zoanthropes. Point left?
Yeah.
Do you want to use it to do the mortal wounds one? Yeah? Okay, so 1 shot instead. Hitting on a 3. You got him, so you do D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. Nice thing about that is it just straight up kills the one guy. On a 5+, you get it back. Nope, you're out of command points. You got your Melta missile launcher, you might as well do it at the same time because they'll both wound on 2s and do D6 wounds. Although your Melta's within 6-inch range though, so you do need to roll them separately. And what?
The missile launcher only does D3.
No, missile launchers do D6.
Really?
Yeah, the crack missile. Anyways, do your Melta first, because now you're within 6-inch range, so you actually get to roll 2 dice and choose your best one. So it is slightly different, so we can't roll 2 hit. 3s to hit. And 2s to wound. And 3 up invul. You got through it, now you roll 2 dice, and if at least one of them is 3 or higher, oh, that's 3 dice, sorry. Then you got them, 6. And kaplow. Tacticals into the Rippers. Crack missile to kill a Ripper Swarm, hit on a 4. No. 6 shots with the rapid fire bolters, hitting on 4s, because you fell back. For 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds with 6 up saves, which I make 2 of. Look at that. So 1 loses a wound. Charge phase. You're going to charge Prime with your Dreadnought?
Yep.
He's in. Anybody else want to charge? The guys that fell back cannot. The Interceptors want to charge, or does they want to stay put?
They're going to stay put.
Okay, that's your only charge then. So fight phase. He'll fight. Yep. Got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Reroll that 1. Oh, you should have been hitting on... No, Dreadnought close combat weapons don't do that. So 3 wounds, all -3, right?
Yep.
So 6 up saves. Yeah, that's 9 wounds. He's dead. No kill like overkill. He could consolidate 3 inches. I don't know if there's a point.
No,
could.
not really. These
That's it.
guys are going to charge. I forgot to charge them into the Bio War.
You forgot to charge him. I asked you if you're going to charge him. You said no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Because you can't activate him because he didn't charge and he's not within an inch and nobody else is actually locked in combat right now. So it's a morale phase. The Biowars lost 2 guys. They are only leadership of 5. So the last one runs away. Hive Guard lost 1, but he's actually leadership 7. They're meant to be slightly more independent, so I can't run away with that. And nobody else lost any models from their squad. So yeah. You know what? Let's see. You know what? I've obviously lost, but I'm going to kill your captain first. You got it? Killing your captain. No, I don't have to kill them. And he's already closest visible, so I can already fire at him. And the Termagant will come right here. That's it. That's all that matters. I really don't. No. The Zoanthrope's going to move up and smite. They don't even have to advance. They can just. No, I'm just killing them. Kill your stupid captain. So we're going to smite first. 5+. Got it. That kills him right there. That was anticlimactic. Well, you know what? I think at this point I can safely concede because there is a big block of blue between me and your land speeder, and I'm assuming you're not just going to bring the land speeder back in front of me. Even if you did, a good smite could really help, and some, shots from these guys. But
what's the chances of that happening?
Not really, assuming that you don't even bring the land speeder back to begin with. So the land speeder definitely is grabbing that. But even without that, forget the objective. I think that you would be tabling me anyways. So I think it's safe to concede. So good game, Jameson. You know, let go.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm trying.
Let go, dude. Come on, let go. And for all you Vault members, come and watch our 2,000 point match play game using the open war cards of Tyranids, and with the Malanthropes, found out they're actually 5 power, not 10, but my bad, whatever. Versus Death Guard. Just click the link below to go and watch this game right now. It is 2,000 points. We're going to be using the match play rules, but we are still going to be using the open war deck just for an interesting scenario. Happy wargaming.